Hello everyone. So my name is Nik Nur Amira binti Mahizan and I'm a student in University Putra Malaysia from Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Sciences. So now I am at Faculty of Agriculture in University Putra Malaysia. So my partner Fion Sosime, who is recording, and me are going to conduct a short interview with one of the doctor in Faculty of Agriculture, which is Dr. Mama Hakiman. So now we are going straight into what we are going to ask. So firstly, doctor, can you tell us the brief background about your career and what is your field of research that you have involved in?
Okay, thank you. First of all, my research background is plant tissue culture. So previously, I was alumni from Faculty of Biotechnology and Biomolecular Sciences. I did my final year project with Professor Mazhar Mahmud, and then after that continue my PhD under field of plant biotechnology. In my PhD program, I did flavonoid production in cell suspension culture.
Alright, thank you for your brief about your background. So now I would like to ask, in a tissue culture field, so what type of tissue culture you have been involving and in your education, in your teaching program, so what type of plant involved in your tissue culture program?
Previously, when I worked with Professor Mazhar, I did tissue culture of orchids to propagate orchids, basically the species. And then I also did tissue culture of banana. This is because we have very high demand in Malaysia, and at the same time we cannot meet the supply cannot meet the demand. And after that, I also did tissue culture of some herbs, and then after that we evaluate the bioactive compound in the herbs.
Alright, now I would like to ask about some sort of opinion. So what doctor think about why we use tissue culture instead of conventional method of breeding? Why is there any like unique or specialties about tissue culture that make researcher or scientists doing a lot of research in tissue culture?
So basically, previously, most of the time when we want to study herbs, we go to the wild and we collect herbs. And at one point, when we collect herbs, the herbs in the wild become extinct. So to remediate this problem, we use tissue culture approach, where we collect from the wild and at the same time we propagate in the lab. So this kind of technique of tissue culture is we do not harm the plant in the wild that much compared to that of if we collect and we use it for our use.
Alright, and then doctor, I would like to ask, as you said earlier, you are involving in your tissue culture is more into herbs and medicinal plant.
Yeah.
So I would like to know, in your journey of working in both that herbal plant, do you have encountered any of some kind of variation along the process? Do you see any like abnormalities?
Yes, obviously. So when we work with tissue culture, not only herbs, but to say in general, we have somaclonal variation. So it can happen in our culture because we do not know the optimized or the optimum condition for that plant. So for one plant, maybe hormone, let's say auxin is too high, is considered okay, but it's not okay for other species. So when we apply sometimes when we apply too much hormones or different kinds of media to the plants, we can get somaclonal variation. Sometimes we can get the leaf shape will change, or maybe the plant will be dwarf or something like that.
Alright, and then moving to my next question that I would like to know. So, what type of plant or species that actually is being widely apply tissue culture in their breeding program, beside herbal plant?
So beside herbal plant, then in Malaysia normally we do tissue culture for plants like orchids. This is because orchid is very expensive, and at the same time it is very hard to propagate orchids. So normally orchid has seed, but the seed cannot be germinated without the help of mycorrhizae. So specific mycorrhizae need for specific species. So without the mycorrhizae, the seed cannot germinate. So to overcome this problem, we germinate the seed of orchids in tissue culture, and the success rate is very high. So other than orchid, we also do tissue culture, let's say crops like banana. So crops like banana, although banana is the life cycle of banana is 8 months, and then at one time we don't have much of plant resource to grow the banana, and then the banana grow only through suckers. The male flower of banana is sterile, so that we cannot grow plants through male flower of banana, and the fruits also do not bear seeds, and even if the banana have seeds, the seeds is we cannot grow the plant using the seeds. So that's why we use shoot tips of banana, and then we culture in tissue culture form. Then after we got the in vitro plants, then we propagate and multiply.
Now I want to ask whether our government of Malaysia have provide any fund for research regarding tissue culture works, and if yes, what kind of fund they are providing to the researcher?
So the government is very helpful to researcher. They provide a lot of funding for us as a researcher to pursue our research program. So one of the grant is by Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, where they provide grants to do fundamental research, and Ministry of Higher Education also, they have their own grants to help the researcher. Sometimes Ministry of Agriculture also, they have grants such as NRGS for herbs and for bioactive compound.
Alright. So doctor, now I would like to ask, with the current what we call current technology that researcher and scientists using in tissue culture work, do you think that maybe we need to improvise some of the maybe instrument that is used in along the tissue culture work? Maybe doctor, do you think that we need to have like automated machine to do all the culture work, or what?
Yeah, like we all know, tissue culture is very laborious work. So if you don't have labor, then it's very hard to go to work. So to get work done. So basically, we can have some sort of automated process, such as we can have machine where the machine can prepare us the media, where we have dispenser. So using the dispenser, maybe the life of researcher will become easier. But to say automated tissue culture process is not as good, because machine also sometimes they make errors. So for me, let the machine do things other than the tissue culture itself. But for, let's say, for media preparation, I think it's good if we have some sort of automation, because media is we do it regularly.
Alright, I think that's all. Your sharing session is very informative, and then I would like to thank a lot of your willingness to spend valuable time with us. So I think that's all from Fion and I. So thank you for listening to our video, and see you later. Bye.